The city of Lagos will remain a city of champions and achievers for a very long time to come. A strategic center of attraction for local and international investors, tourists, and generally all people from diverse walks of life. Lagos is indeed an economic magnet that pulls and transforms great ideas into realities. Let's know more about this phenomenal city on the City of Lagos TV show. The show begins right away. The effective administration of a state like Lagos requires passion and vigorous drive to sustain development. And so, let's keep you posted from the office of Mr. Governor, his latest engagements in the city of Lagos. The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has assured the Director General of the National Council of Arts and Culture and Chairman, National Planning Committee, NAFEST 2022, Otumba Olusegun Ronsewe ON, of his government's full support for the forthcoming National Festival of Arts and Culture, slated to hold in the city of Lagos later in the year, with the theme Culture and Our Peaceful Coexistence. The governor will receive the planning committee members on a courtesy visit, noted the investment potentials of tourism, which happens to be one of the pillars of his themes agenda of his government.
I'm aware you've been here for the past 2-3 days, and I know that you've had very, very extensive deliberation. I'm aware that it's been very engaging, and I'm sure you have brought out ideas and solutions that will make the forthcoming festival worth every bit of it. But for us as a government, it's really about ensuring that we can use every breath that we have to better the lot of our people, that we can use the opportunities that God has given to us to recreate a tomorrow for our citizens. And you can only do that by ensuring that everything that has to do with good governance are the things that you put on the table. And like he had said, in our economic blueprint, tourism and entertainment featured very, very prominently. And I'm happy that all my colleagues, Governor, have identified the unique skills that each one of you has in your various states. And I can see that almost every state in the country has a Ministry of Art and Culture and Tourism. Because indeed, it's one avenue where we can bring ourselves together, we can attract foreign direct investment, and we can also export the very rich, deep culture that is embound in each of our various states. And like the DG said, everybody has something to offer. That's why I support fully the concept around the 37 wonders of the country. You know? Everybody has something to offer. We just need to think through it. We just need to, activate it and put our mind to it. This country is extremely, exceedingly blessed. It's really for all of us, and all of us in this room are in one position of leadership or the other, to be able to harness it, and bring it together.
The Babajide Sanwo-Olu government of Lagos State made history to revolutionize the Lagos financial space with the formal commissioning of the Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange. The grand event, which brought together major key stakeholders in the Nigerian capital market and regulatory institutions, is a clear indication for a greater future for Lagos State. Mr. Governor, in his official remark, spoke on the value, relevance, and benefits of the Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange.
As a government, we're constantly asking ourselves the question, how can we improve the enabling environment for our businesses and for the investments in Lagos and in our country? How can we better fulfill our catalytic role, which is to attract cutting-edge ideas and innovation and an unending inflow of financial transactions and great ideas that will enable businesses to flourish and institutions to do well. All of our policy making is geared towards positively answering some of these questions. And so today, ladies and gentlemen, history is being made with the formal commissioning of the Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange, which is now being regulated by Securities Exchange Commission, which is a dedicated electronic trading of Nigerian agricultural products, of solid minerals, oil and gas, and globalizing this trade through partnership with other commodities exchange around the world. But this is not all. In addition, this morning, we'll also be witnessing, more importantly, the gold spot contract series, which is valued at about £100 million sterling. It's comprising gold-backed financial instruments that will be listed and traded on the Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange. What this means is that these spot contracts can be redeemed at any time for specially made gold coins at designated vaults. We will also be witnessing the launch of the first tranche of a special gold coins for which spot contracts can be redeemed. These gold coins will be known as Eco Gold Coin. And this first tranche is designed as a proof of concept. It will comprise 58 units of the coin valued at over 100 million naira. After this proof of concept launch, I am told that the futures listing of Eco Gold Coin will take place in tranches of £10 million sterling each. This is no doubt the beginning of a new and exciting chapter in investment community in Lagos, in Nigeria, and indeed around the world.
And finally, from the governor's office, the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has once again taken another giant stride in the area of provision of affordable quality housing for Lagosians with the recent commissioning of the Channel Point Apartments in Lagos. Mr. Governor used the occasion to highlight the success story of his government in the area of housing in Lagos.
Today is about the Channel Point Apartments, which I was humbled to have initiated several years ago. It's really about the opportunity that Lagosians have given to us, about ensuring that our economic agenda under the team's 6 pillar, that we can conveniently, at the end of our 4-year tenure, be able to look into the cameras and tell Lagosians that this government has hit every promise that we gave you on each of our team's agenda. From traffic management, transportation, from health to environment, from education, technology, from our design of making Lagos a truly 21st century. In housing, power, ensuring that Lagos remain the hub for entertainment and tourism. And finally, ensuring that we have good governance under a very stable security component and working with our other arms of government, judiciary, and the legislature. Those are the pillars in which we'll be driving our work. In the housing industry, I think this is the 15th or the 16th housing project that we have handed over to our citizens. And I want to assure you that there's still a whole lot more that we'll have. Before the end of this year, I'm sure the Ministry of Housing itself has about 4 projects, major projects, handing over hundreds of flats of apartments to our citizens. Before the end of the year, we've challenged them to ensure that they complete 3 or 4 projects, and these will be handed over to the stock of housing that we have in Lagos State. We're not just building, we're ensuring that we build affordable housing that meets different strata of our citizens, from the low budget to the medium budget to beautiful apartments like this in the heart of Victoria Land. We're building houses in Victoria Land, in Ikorodu, in Ekpe, in Badagry. We're building in Ilupeju, Surulere, Kota. Almost all nooks and crannies of Lagos State is undergoing one major housing project or the other.
And that's a wrap from the Governor's Office segment on the City of Lagos TV show. The show will continue in a moment.
Hello Lagosians, my name is Honorable Wahab Alawiyekin, the Executive Chairman, Lagos State Universal Basic Education Board. In Lagos, every child matters, every pupil counts. We are seeking for your collaboration and support to transform the basic education sector in Lagos State. The state government cannot do it alone. That is why we are appealing to you to join us as we transform the basic education in our state. Please come aboard as we join Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu in taking education to a greater height in Lagos in particular and Nigeria in general. We promise to improve on our EcoExcel program to enhance teaching and learning outcomes in our classrooms. In LASUBEV, we leave no child behind. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, àjùmọ̀ṣe gbogbo wa ni o.
You're still watching the City of Lagos TV show. And of course, there are critical issues that relate to development of this cosmopolitan city. The city of Lagos is the economic nerve center of Nigeria with a consumer population of over 20 million people. And so if a consumer of products and services in Lagos demands quality, better benefits, and value for products and services, it is definitely a right, not a privilege. Protecting that right rests with the Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency, LASCOPA. But for us on the City of Lagos TV show, we're here to verify and ascertain how far and how well LASCOPA has protected the interests and right of consumers in Lagos. So it's our pleasure to welcome Afolabi Sholebo, Esquire, the General Manager of LASCOPA.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Lagosians will want to know, what are the major significant initiatives, efforts, commendable achievements in line with the team's agenda of Mr. Governor?
Thank you very much for that question. Like the Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency is an agency established by law to ensure that consumers in Lagos State are well protected as regards their going out there to buy goods and even services rendered. In line with Mr. Governor's theme's agenda, the agency falls under the health and environment, education, and particularly making Lagos State the 21st economy we all crave for. Like I talked about the health and environment, the agency is trying as much as possible to ensure that supermarkets and grocery stores are well monitored, which is our continuous way of ensuring that consumers in Lagos State do get value for their money and satisfaction. The monitoring and enforcement unit of the agency go out almost every other day to visit supermarkets and grocery stores to ensure that they're actually abiding with our own agenda as regards the mission and vision of the agency, to ensure that consumers in Lagos State get value for their money and satisfaction for whatever product they must have bought or whatever service they must be rendered to them. And the vision is also to ensure that consumers in Lagos State are protected against manufacturers, retailers, marketers alike selling products that are hazardous to health, and also products that we know that they are substandard in nature. Also, we have to ensure that people adhere strictly. You know, there are so many people that are doing businesses that are not in consonance with the law, especially these unfair trade practices where people try to cut corners. So our mission and vision is to ensure that Lagosians will get value for their money and protect them against any form of unfair trade practices. Between 2018, when this agency actually took off, we've been able in electricity, whereby we've been able to recover over 24 million naira as credit adjustment for complainants. That is the EKDC, we've been able to recover 3,025,000 for credit adjustment. Also, we've received from financial institutions like banks over 12 million naira on this issue of transferring money using the POS ATM as well. There's a particular car company that they sell cars, and people lodge complaints about the defective nature of those vehicles. And upon sitting down and having to explain the situation that the consumers do have rights, and if products are still under warranty, that is, they are still under warranty, and we expect the manufacturers or the marketers or retailers alike to ensure that they replace or refund the vehicles. And with that, we're able to recover over 30 million for this a particular one, and the other one we recovered like 2.6 million naira. There's a particular one that we actually had to go to court because the respondent was very recalcitrant. The person did not show up at the agency, neither did the person come to court. So we got judgment in that case. We had to block the account until the person now came back to the agency. But that was amicably resolved because subsequent issues that arose from this particular person, it was well settled by the respondent.
You're a professional lawyer, and your wealth of experience in the legal profession has given you some level of leverage to be able to handle some of these cases. But We want you to share with us your experience. How do you end up bringing both parties together? And what are the technicalities you involve to achieve some of these successes?
Thank you very much for this brilliant question. Yeah, fine, I'm a lawyer, but I'm also a trained mediator. And I so much believe that there's nothing that cannot be resolved between parties, especially when both parties are willing. We invite both parties to our office for mediation and deliberation. Yeah, somebody must have lodged a complaint. So it's now for us to bring the parties together. We'll talk about the position of the law. Then we'll now talk about how we believe the matters can be resolved amicably between both parties so that it will be a win-win situation. It's only when we cannot do this. Lawyers have been here, and some of them are even amazed at the way we handle issues here. They're like, wow. Some of them, there's a particular lawyer that actually said he wants to be an ambassador of Lascopa. So we so much believe in the power of the alternative dispute resolution, mediation, and conciliation. Some of the cases that are in court, you discover that some of the counsel may speak with their clients, come, let us go to these people. By the time you finish with this case, we know that it's almost that the agency is going to get judgment against you. Why not let us come? So any case that we cannot resolve in this agency, we take them to court. I think the court will decide one way or the other. So the power of amicable settlement is what we are much more concerned about, except either of the parties are not willing, and you think, when you believe that you have a right, your right has been infringed upon, and you think you can go to court, fine. That's why we have the legal departments of the agency, where we have like 4 lawyers that are always ready to be in court. Presently, we have over 25 cases in court. 13 of them are ongoing. Then we got judgment in 1. Even with those 13, some of them have written to us that they want to settle.
For the benefit of consumers, what does the law say about the rights of the consumer?
You are a manufacturer or marketer. You should ensure that the product you are putting into the public are of good standard. Even consumables should be within the ambit of having a product information. NAFDAC said any consumable must have NAFDAC number, manufacture date, and the date it will expire. So it behoves on all consumers too to ensure that whatever they are buying, they verify, they look at the product to ensure that all those product information are there. So when we now find out that a particular grocery store or a supermarket are displaying some goods for sale and they don't have product information, and some of them are expired, because we discovered that some of them will have a shelf they call promo shelf, and they will put that out for people to come and buy. At the end of the day, you discover that these products are about to expire a day or 2, and the product is expected to last for a few weeks. There have been so many reports there, and we're just waiting for the bill before the House of Assembly, which I pray is at the 3rd reading now. By the time that bill comes, I think everybody will sit up, because we've already served almost all the supermarkets within the nooks and crannies of Lagos State compliance notices. So if we serve the compliance notices and you still recalcitrant and you go ahead to sell substandard or expired product, then you will be ready to face the law. Even for services rendered, people render service, they collect money from people, and at the end of the day, they don't render the service. We'll come after you.
GM, for verification purpose, can we have an highlight of the statistical data of successful cases, revenue generated so far, and of course, other vital data to show that Lascopa is actually at the top of its game?
Yeah, thank you very much. It is very enormous, but I'll be talking about a moderate achievement in the last few years. From 2018 till date, we received a number of 5,035 cases. So like to see financial institution, the people having complained about services being rendered out to them. We've been able to resolve amicably for about 4,668 of those cases. We still have about 155 ongoing, where we're still looking for how to resolve those ones. So we referred about 2,212 of those cases to other various agencies that we know that their cases are better handled. We also have about 25 cases ongoing in court. The agency has been able to recover 195,126,549 naira 52 kobo. And in dollars, we recovered 52,872.49 in American dollars. We talk about services. People have come in here to lodge complaints about airline or buying tickets and everything that has to do with consumers in Lagos State. That is our job.
For an agency of this nature, it is quite important to feel the agency in all the nooks and crannies of Lagos. Let's look at your expansion spread and presence of the agency in strategic places or local government in the city of Lagos.
We have a very responsive and responsible governor, Mr. Governor Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu. He has really helped in ensuring that this agency is not only located at the headquarters here in Harlem. We've been able to establish other offices in some local governments like Ikoyi Obalende LCDA, the Badagry local government, the Bariga LCDA, and Ikorodu LCDA. By His grace, before the end of this year, we shall be expanding. In all the local governments in Lagos State, we have the presence of the agency. It is only when we can bring this agency closer to the people, though we continue to do continuous public enlightenment to ensure that more people are aware. That is why even if now, if you listen to radios in Lagos State like OFM, Traffic Radio and LTV8, we do continuous public enlightenment, and with that we've been receiving a whole lot of people that we need to expand.
What is the strength of the agency in the area of research, development, and of course your infrastructural capabilities to test products to meet up your expectation?
Thank you very much. You know, the agency does not actually work in isolation. We collaborate with other agencies like NAFDAC and Standard Organization of Nigeria. There are some times when people come to lodge complaint, especially about some product that we know that we will have no choice than to conduct forensic research investigation into. We collaborate with the Manufacturer Association of Nigeria too, the Standard Organization of Nigeria, LCCI, Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, even the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. We intend to go into having a memorandum of understanding because there are some areas that has jurisdiction, and it is only when we're in collaboration and we want to do anything, we first bring it to their attention if it is not within our own jurisdiction, though, you know, LASCOPA covers anything that has to do with consumers in Lagos State. We had a parley at the Lagos State where all head of parastatals and agencies met. We have LASEPA, LASEMA, even with the police and NSCDC too. If we want to go out there to go and do monitoring and enforcement, monitoring units, some of them have been harassed. Even the judiciary. We met with the CJ of Lagos State. We were sure that we have the backing of the judiciary.
What are the challenges the agency have experienced, and how have you been able to surmount these challenges?
So many people are still not bringing themselves together to the fact that there's an agency in Lagos State that is ready to clean the environment and get rid of people selling substandard and expired products. So some of them are still recalcitrant. You go to a supermarket and they tell you cannot come in, despite the fact that they will see you with government branded shirt and with your boss inscribed on it that this is the Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency. So in situations like that, we go with armed security agents. Others are interference for people believe that even when they know that they've breached the law, they still want to make effort to make calls here and there. And to a very large extent, we only go to the extent of even educating the person that there's an agency established by law, and Mr. Governor has actually said that no matter whose ox is God, we should ensure that consumers in Lagos State are protected. Talking about moving around Lagos, we need vehicles and some other equipment as well to ensure that this agency actually perform better than it is doing now.
In what areas the governor has actually helped to improve the agency's performance?
We've been having trainings here and there. When I came in here, most of the staff are not trained in mediation. So we have about 15 of the directors and other members of the staff now trained for mediation. And also all the members are actually further training in their area of like the consumer education, the monitoring and enforcement unit, the site development unit as well. The support has been enormous, but we'll be asking for more because we will be expanding. And we need people at the helms of affairs in all the local government so that they can as well do their own small public enlightenment within that area.
Lascopa in the last 2 years have also won some very commendable accolades from local and international organizations and of course from individuals. Can you share those awards with us? And of course, give us a futuristic picture of where you are taking Lascopa to.
Yeah, thank you very much. On the issue of awards, there's a particular one that actually touched us. There's this community, they call it Ishoko community in Ojokoro local government. They've been without light for several months. And they came in here, they lodged their complaints, and we invited the IKDC. Fortunately, because of our intervention, they were not only given a brand new transformer, that transformer was energized. Just recently, they came here, a whole lot of them, they came with this award for the agency, which we are always very proud of. And that's why I kept it in my office. There are so many other awards like that. Like this is another one from Friesland Campina, the makers of Peak Milk and others. So we keep winning awards, and if you join us on Instagram or Facebook, you'll see a lot of people that are coming out each and every time we finish and they're happy. They always want to give testimony, and they say they want people to know what Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency, Lascopa, is doing. We want to become an household trade name, which will be on every home's lips. We intend to position Lascopa in the limelight and ensure that every consumer in Lagos State knows his or her right. And if you know your right and your right has been infringed upon, you know where to seek redress.
What's your word of assurance to Lagosians, stakeholders, parties who are involved in one form of challenge or the other? Because you handle quite a number of cases here. So what's your final word to them?
To Lagosians out there, Mr. Governor of Lagos State, Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, has zero tolerance for breach of consumer rights in Lagos State. They should ensure that they do their due diligence, ensure that they look at whatever product they are buying, any services that are being rendered to them. They should ensure that where they're buying things, they get receipts. That will be a form of evidence that you actually bought the product there. And also, they should seek redress whenever they think their rights as a consumer has been infringed upon. Manufacturers should ensure that whatever products they are bringing into the market in Lagos State should be of good standard and not hazardous to people's life.
I want to thank you, sir, for coming on the City of Lagos TV show.
Thank you very much.
In a city like Lagos, Lascopa is a policeman for consumers in the City of Lagos. The City of Lagos TV show will continue in a moment.
I'm in support of the extension in Lagos. I believe that many people does not have time to go at the date they schedule. So we need the extension in order for people to get it.
There's many people that they have not obtained it. So if they extend it, it will be better. Because some people, they did not have interest of voting before. But now they realize that their vote is count. So they want to register, and there's no time for some people. But if they can extend it and give maybe public holiday for people to register, it will be better.
Yes, I think they should extend it. Right now, I've not even gotten my own. I'm talking about people in Lagos. So if they can extend it, I think it will be better for everybody.
The PVC is not available for some people. Some people are not collecting it, but some people have collected it. But maybe they extend the date for collecting of the PVC. For Lagos, it's possible to extend the date because not all people get it. So many people, they need to collect it, but they doesn't see.
Still a lot of folks still haven't gotten their PVC, so it should be extended. because a lot of Nigerians need to vote now. Time, and if it can be done on weekends, take it to churches or even to offices. It's better because of the terrain of Lagos, because there's really no much time in Lagos.
I believe a lot of people have not collected it. A lot. Because of when you go there now, the queue is always much. And you know the stressful thing of being in Nigeria. People are very occupied due to their business or their job. So sometimes they find it difficult to go there. So I suggest they should extend it. The population is much in Lagos. That's most important.
It's another mind-blowing experience in the Rock City, Fun City and Entertainment City, Lagos, on Entertainment Lagos on the City of Lagos TV show. I'm your rocky girl, Joy Olaide. Let's roll first with Entertainment Gist. First on Entertainment Gist, the blockbuster epic movie King of Thieves, produced by Femi Adebayo, has debuted at Amazon Prime Video following its successful 300 million naira plus theatrical run. Congrats, Femi, in his latest concert of his US tour for his album Love, Damini. Burna Boy has become the first African to sell out the 20,000 capacity State Farm Arena in Atlanta. Afrobeat musician Tems has bagged an MTV Video Music Awards nominations for Best Hip Hop Video for her contributions to feature song Wait For You. Congrats, Tems. Finally, on Entertainment Gist, let's now do a show reel of 4 on-air personalities who are making waves in movies. Nancy Isime, Toke Makiwa, Omotunde Adebowale, and Steve Onu. And that's it on Entertainment Gist. Let's now bring you our Gospel Artist of the Week. This guy is blessed.
Hello Lagosians, my name is Shofu Ayokunle Bolaji, aka Jazzman Dave, your Gospel Artist of the Week on Entertainment Lagos on the City of Lagos TV show. It's hallelujah time with me, and I'll be back. Hey Lagosians, I'm back. It's time to know more about me. My name is Shofu Ayokunle Bolaji. Friends call me Jazzman Dave. I'm from Ijebu-Ayekwe, Odogbolu local government, Ogun State. My experience in the music ministry, I've been here for over 2 decades. It's not been so easy. It's been here and there. You need to find a balance to life. So I'm grateful it's been God all the way. I have lots of role models, but there are people who have played key roles in my making as a music minister. Pastor Paul Tao El Shaddai, Pastor Kunle Ajayi, Pastor Lekon Joel. Talking about mentors, I don't have too many. Kent Franklin, BB Winans, CC Winans. I have 2 albums to my credit. The first I released in 2012. And the second is the recent one. It's a 6-track album, written well over 60 songs, recorded only 16 of them thus far. I'm open to write songs for people. Nothing gives me as much joy as just hearing people work on my songs. It doesn't have to be me. That joy that comes from the fact that you had something on your inside and then you are seeing it come to light. Many wonder why gospel. The gospel is the good news. God says his words are spirit and life. That's what my music is all about. Hey Lagosians, now it's time for you to find out why I said gospel music is the best. Because it's gospel doesn't mean it's jaggy. We have swag, we have real bedu. Take a look at this. It's goodness to the pack. Comeback album. You're about to listen to one of my hit songs on this new album, and the title is Fresh Oil. You need some oil, man.
Lord, I need your grace to carry on. Can't go on wearing sorrowful frown. Oh, I need you I need you to be strong. I'm done doing things by myself. I could use some help from a weary heart, Lord. Looked around, can't find no friend. Oh, I need you, please hold me in your arms.
Fresh oil from above,
from the only
living God.
So fill me
till I want no more. For the fresh on me,
fall affect on me right now. Fall affect on me right now. Yeah.
power from above, from the Almighty God.
Fill me
till I want no more. Fill me now.
I gotta tell you, it's been hard for me to find my way through this largy cloud of days. This ain't how things are meant to be. Oh, I need you, I need you every day. I know you see me right here on my knees. I need you, Lord, to wipe my tears away. Put a new song on my lips, yeah. Oh, I need you, I need you all the way.
All the way. Fresh oil from above,
From the only
living God.
Fill me
till I want no more. For the fresh on me,
Anybody in here did the touch of the Holy Ghost? Come on!
power from above,
From the Almighty,
the Almighty God.
fill me
till I want no more. Fill me now.
Wow, I'm sure you had a lot of fun listening to Fresh Oil. Man, there are many more of them. You can find my songs in RCCG, Lagos Province 35, Bagada, it's Redeemed Christian Church of God Christ Church. You'll find it in Rose of Sharon. If you need a copy, I can have it sent to you directly. For my social media handles, I'm on Instagram at Ayokunle Shofu, Twitter Ayokunle Shofu, Facebook Shofu Ayokunle Bolaji. I'm on YouTube as well as Ayokunle Shofu. It's been fun being here, but before I go, I have a parting message for you. It's one of my favorite parts of the Bible, Psalm 34 verses 1 to 4. We face fears daily. There are so many things that we fear. That scripture says, I sought the Lord and he hears me. God answers prayers. We can't do without him. Stay blessed. Oh man, it's time to go. I wish we could stay longer than this. I hope you were richly blessed. It's time to share with you my parting song titled Follow the Star. Who's the star? Jesus.
For so long we waited for the coming of the promised King. No one knew when he would come. Many prayed that in your lifetime they would catch a glimpse of him, but they didn't after all. Ooh.
Wise men see a sign.
Now to all
the crowd.
say, oh,
Look now and see the star.
you gotta follow its lead.
Follow its lead and take us to the sun.
Who's got
Got a special spark.
hey, light of the world, joy to the world. Say, oh,
Look now and see the star.
a priest in scraps to play. But the knowledge couldn't lead him to the manger where he lay. He was saved from error's net.
Now the Savior's nigh.
Just to mention of his name.
Rejoice, he said, he is mine.
Yeah, yeah.
Look now and see the star.
See it shining oh so bright.
While we sleep and take us
to someone who's got a special spark. Light up the world.
Just like a boat ride, sure you had a smooth sail with us on Entertainment Lagos. Come on board next week. You'll be glad you did. Ciao, ciao.
The driving force of Lagos is innovativeness, creativity, and dynamism. Key into it and make Lagos work for you. Until we meet again next week, keep believing in this great city, the city of Lagos. Thanks for watching.